You know, I used to think I was dumb, but I discovered that I'm not dumb at all. No, I just suffer with a developmental disorder characterized by an ongoing pattern of one or more of the following types of chronic symptoms: attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. Because I have ADHD!
That's the problem. Everybody's dancing. Yeah, I lie, I cheat, and I steal. But at least I'm honest about it. Bully for you. Well, while you're down there, love, whatever happens. No, honey, I just took my bra off. I'm in for the night. Who took my stapler? Soccer moms. Soccer mamas. I did True West with Sherman Helmsley. I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D. Don't talk about the war. Have a nice day. Don't tell me what to do. I'm just a simple caveman, Your Honor. That's not my bag, baby, I swear. And don't call me Shirley. Establishment, you always know what's best. Shake harder, boy. There's doings a-transpiring. The jerk store called, and they're all out of you. No bow would be better than that bow. Oh, baby. Business is about to pick up. In my heart, I know that I'm funny. 5, but it's thick. Such a fine line between clever and stupid. Lieutenant Steve! Lieutenant Steve! Now I'm about to choke you. And don't you dare try to defend yourself. I didn't hear no bell. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. This calls for a little bit of the bubbly. ADHD, ADHD, ADHD. Come have ADHD with me.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Harry Has ADHD, a mental health podcast of sorts, I gather. Show almost didn't happen tonight. By the way, tonight's show topic is, what is tonight's show topic? I wrote it down somewhere. That was a while ago. A lot of things happened since then. If I don't remember when I started this process, it feels like 2 in the afternoon. Yes, Harry Has ADHD, episode 10, understanding time, blindness. Okay, time is a big thing with ADHD. Almost didn't do the show. I almost pulled the plug on the show before we even started the show. Now, you might ask, why did you do that? Is it because you're not feeling well? Is it maybe it was because my girlfriend had neck surgery last week and she's still in recovery and we're dealing with that. Perhaps it's the fact that Jimmy Kimmel, just about an hour before I went on the air, hour or two, Jimmy Kimmel, we found out was taken off the air. There's people being unalived left and right. A lot going on. Is that why you didn't feel up to doing the show? No. I'll tell you why I almost didn't do the show. You see on the back of the TV, I think I finally got rid of it. There's a little ring light. There was a reflection of the ring light. It's gone now. It's gone now. You could barely see it up there. It took me hours, the ring light. Let me show you what happened. The ring light was up there. I'll show you what happened here with the ring light. And there you go. There you go. Get the ring light. Now I can't. I had that. Oh, no, that's where it was. Right there. Oh, you see that? You see that? You see that little ring light there? It was driving me nuts. I set up the studio. I spent time today. I flipped the monitor. Vertically. Because it's my understanding when you cut these up for clips, they all have to be vertical. That's my understanding. And so I spent time doing that. And then I felt, all right, we're good. It fits right. It looks nice. Everything is golden. And then I turn on all the lights. I'm ready to record, and I see that glare there from the ring light. It wasn't there because the TV last week was horizontal. So now I got a glare, and I don't like it. It's right on the H. I'm trying to brand this thing. I'm trying to get words out there to people that this is a show of some notoriety or some. Well, it's not. It's the opposite of notoriety at the moment. But this is a show that should have notoriety, some validity. I'm trying to get the name, and there's a ring. There's a ring light up there. You know how aggravating that is, how hurtful that is. And so now I spend all this time trying to move, adjust lights and everything. And then half an hour goes by, and it's hot in the studio because the studio's too small. And I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I might just not do this. I don't have to do this. You know, there's no law that says you have to do a podcast. Is there? I haven't checked. There might be now. I have no idea what we're doing. I spent like an hour trying, and then I figured out all I had to do to get rid of the ring light was this. I just had to turn the TV like 45 degrees. And then, yeah, there you go. It's gone. See that? The ring light, it's gone. That's all I had to do. I didn't know that. I spent an hour, 2 hours moving the light. I grabbed another, different compartments for the light. Stuff kept falling over. It's hot in here. And all I had to do was turn the TV. But that is the nightmare for somebody who has ADHD. And welcome on all platforms. And the other thing is you got all these different platforms that I'm trying to figure out. I think I'm on all of them. Not allowed to mention names lest we forget. Because God forbid, these competitors, they don't want that. Anyway, tonight's topic is about time. And these are these little obstacles that mess with you. Right? This stupid little ring light. Which I don't even like the ring light because I can't wear glasses, and I like wearing my glasses. I can't wear the glasses because of this. This thing will happen. Where you see, there you go. I look like, right on it. Can't be more on it. It's a nightmare. And I don't know why I do this show. It's going to take time for this to build. I know that. I don't even know why I do it live. I don't have to do it live. I don't have that many viewers. You guys contribute a little bit, and I appreciate what you do contribute. But there's no reason to do this live, is what I'm learning. If there's comments coming in, I don't know. They're not coming in through the thing yet. Today might be the lowest one because I didn't announce it to anybody that, I'm all over the place. Anyhow, all right. So let's just get into the topic, which is understanding time blindness. Okay, so what is the specific definition? Again, I did no research. I was supposed to do research, but because I have ADHD, I just procrastinated the whole time. And instead of doing research, I was fiddling around trying to remove the reflection of a ring light. And also the ring light, there's a ring light behind the TV where the button is broken. So I was trying to glue a button, but I don't have a button. I don't know how you can't just get a button at like the Home Depot. I don't think. So I was trying to put screws in there, and that took 2 hours. And then ultimately it fell down and broke. So there you go. Hello, everybody joining in. Hi, how are you? Do you have ADHD? Are you mentally ill? Let me know in the comments. Comment below. That's how this works, right? Comment below if you have mental illnesses. We all have something. I'm just bold enough to admit it. Or I have nothing to lose. I'll give you here's one. A friend of mine, he has a girl. Oh, I can't tell that story. Oh, wait, I just realized I almost told a story I'm not allowed to tell. All right, this is why I don't like secrets. Here we go. Understanding time blindness. I didn't do any of this research. I should have done it. I wanted to. It's not from a lack of want. Sometimes that's the other thing people don't realize. All right, let's fiddle with the lights. It's not a lack of want. Sometimes you're unable to. You want to, but things get in the way. And time blindness. Let's look up the definition so we know what we're working with here. We'll pull up the definition of time blindness. Oh, there we are. I don't have that window open. There we go. Time blindness. What is time blindness? ADHD. Time blindness. Google. Let's see what you got. AI says ADHD time blindness is a difficulty with the perception and management of time. All right. Yeah. All right. A common challenge for people with ADHD due to deficits in their executive function. I don't know what an executive function is. That's interesting. Hold on. I'll have to look that up now. See, that's the other problem. Now, in order to finish this definition, I got to go look up what executive function is. Executive function is a set of higher-level cognitive skills like planning, problem-solving, and emotional regulation that enable you to control and coordinate your thoughts and actions to achieve goals. So everything. What do you mean? Set. It's the whole thing. That's all you need. It's cognitive skills, like planning and problem solving and emotional regulation. What else is there in the brain? What else is left if it doesn't fall under those three categories? The video game playing, Macaroni and cheese recipes, what foosball, how to make one of those, one of those paper footballs. What is left? Skills such as inhibition, resisting impulses, working memory, and cognitive flexibility are considered core executive functions from which others are built. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's see if that helps. I read all that. Here's another thing I realized. I can't just do this show as late as I'm doing it. I'm starting this show at 10 o'clock East Coast time. That's going to stop because I'm burnt out. And I feel like every week I want to do it earlier. And in my head, I don't want to compete. This is a dumb thing. I didn't want to go on Wednesdays at 8 because it's prime time. But the only thing, what is on Wednesdays at 8? AEW wrestling. That was what I was worried about. I don't want to be on while AEW wrestling is on. And then I found out apparently, which is wild, everyone hates it. Wrestling fans hate it somehow. I don't know when that happened. I don't hate it, but whatever. I can't do this show this late. I'm like, my energy is gone at this hour. That's another thing you have to learn to time manage. My energy is spent by this time, and it's not as good a show. I can't think as clearly. I just read everything I read to you. I have retained none of it. Now, I'm not saying that there's a chance that I would have retained any of that information if I was reading this thing at 11 a.m. in the morning after, drinking 2 Red Bulls and taking my Concerta. I don't know. Probably still wouldn't be true, but I know this. My medicine wears off at this time. It's a stupid time to do this show. So that will change. I don't know when we're going to do this show. Hey, Doom Grinder 666. Doom Grinder 666. All right. Like anyone who throws a 666 at the end of their name. It's a very old thing. I wonder if the not the millennials. What are the newbies called here? I forgot. See, my mind is going. I know what we call the new kids, and I don't remember what it is because they're not millennials. Man, what is it? What is after millennials? All right, this is not. I may pull the plug on this show early. I can't even remember millennials. Because I'm a millennial. Oh, Gen Z. That's right. Gen Z. Also known as Gen Z or Zoomers. Nobody calls them Zoomers. Sorry, AI Google. Nobody calls them Zoomers. I don't know. Maybe they do over at Fox News. That seems like a thing that Bill O'Reilly would have started. Was calling them Zoomers. Following Generation Z is Generation Alpha. Yeah, well, they're screwed. I can't imagine the damage that's going to happen when Generation Alpha takes over. Anyway, so the basic, what is in layman's terms, what the hell is, time blindness? It's just you don't have a proper perception of time. I know time gets away from me heavily with things, all the time. I don't know. It takes me a long time to get things started. It takes me a long time to leave a house. I've started doing a thing now where, hey, what's going on? Xavier's here. Hey, man. Yeah, we're hella cooked as a society. You are, bud. I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't do it. Really the previous generation and their generation messed it up. That's on them, but I feel bad for you, Xavier. I've taken a now, like, just making simple decisions the day of. I can't make decisions the day of without my medicine. And I can't make decisions like at this hour as I'm going to bed. So I have to there's a window where decisions get made, and if it happens after, it ain't happening. Don't give me any information after 9 p.m. That's not happening. Don't give me any new information after 9 p.m. That ain't going down. So time blindness is a weird thing. You got to prep and get ready. And I know for me now, a big thing is when I leave the house, I just want to leave the house. That's also the other reason with time blindness. Like everything takes forever, getting dressed to leave and then coming back. That's why I hate leaving the house. If I leave the house, we getting all this stuff done. And my girl doesn't fully understand that. Every once in a while, she's like, you know what? I could really use I really have a hankering for like an apple pie. I'm like, well, you're going to have to schedule that for tomorrow, honey. We ain't leaving the house for apple pie. I'm not leaving the house for one single thing. That doesn't happen. That'll fuck up my whole day. And that's not on her. I'm just saying, even for my stuff, it'll fuck up my whole day. I'm done. I'm done for the day. You book something. If I have a doctor's appointment and you book me at 11:45 a.m., it's done. You've ruined the whole day because I ain't getting nothing done in the morning. And then once I get home, it's going to take me a while to get off all my stuff off and unwind, which is not that much stuff. But when you have ADHD, I might as well be a firefighter coming back from a 5-alarm situation. Is that what they call it? As a firefighter, 5-alarm situation. Meanwhile, my girl, it takes her forever too. It takes her forever too. Which it should take women longer. Let's be honest. We're lucky to be guys. You just put on a shirt and the jeans and you're good to go. I understand women, the makeup thing is for women who wear makeup. This is the other thing. I'm yawning. It's 10 p.m. 10 p.m. I messed this up. This will be the last time I do this show. Although, in all fairness, I have thought I've never said this on the show, that this is the last time I'm going to do this late. Every week for the last 4, I made this realization. This is episode 10. I made this realization episode 4 or 5. Oh, man. The later I start, the worse my performance is. I'm not as good as when I do one in the afternoon or the evening. I'm aware of the problem. Did I fix that? I attempted to and then procrastinated. And I wanted to start this one at 8 p.m. I really meant to. And then the ring light, which I talked about before, the glare of the ring light took at least an hour and a half to solve. And then also I was watching clips about the Jimmy Kimmel being removed from television thing, and that also doesn't help time. The other thing that doesn't help time is when you're dealing with emotional issues. When you have ADHD, you're a little more raw, I guess would be the word, raw to it. Crazy. I don't know. It's all right to be crazy. We're all nuts. There's nobody sane. There's just a different version of crazy and how crazy. You know what I mean? It's just how crazy are you? That's all that matters. Yeah, see, I'm so tired now. I'm doing like a hippy dippy, hey man, what is air when you think about it? All right, let's get on track. We have a topic and we got people to bore here. This might be all right, let's put some positive vibes on there. This is supposed to be fun, and I am gonna have fun here. But so I was talking about the girlfriend getting ready and stuff, and it should take them longer to get ready. Now, should it take them as long? I don't know. Here's a trap that I fell into that I didn't realize we were doing. So what would happen is I'm a guy, I put on a pair of slacks, put on some slacks, clean underwear without holes in them. By the way, fellas, throw out the underwear with holes in them. They notice. They know. It's all you have to do. They don't have to be pretty. Just get yourself some black boxer briefs. They sell them at Amazon. Throw the ones out with the holes in them. That's the least you could do for the ladies. They get dressed up, and it's fast for us. We put on slacks. I put on a shirt. I don't even put on a clean shirt. I sniff the shirt, see if I could get one more wear out of it. If I got to go back twice, I'm not that guy. Come on, I have other shirts. I just like to economize. And I'm ready to go, but then my girlfriend's not ready. So then I start doing stuff around the house. But what I realize is because she sees me doing stuff around the house, she thinks I'm not ready. And then she keeps going. And then I realize she's still getting dressed, so she's not ready. So this goes on for 20 minutes extra. We end up leaving 2 hours later. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, I thought you weren't ready. I go, and so now what I have to do is when she wants to go out. When we want to go out, she wants to go out. When we want to go out and she's getting ready, I have to get ready, and then I have to sit at the front door with my car keys in my hand reading a book to indicate I have exhausted my options. And that's the only way she knows is I've exhausted my options is that I've resorted to reading a book. What am I reading now? A couple things, actually. There's a couple things. I'm still reading my friend Nikki Vargas's travel book. I forgot what the name of the book is. I'll meet you there. I want to plug it. Why does it matter? There's 3 people watching. If anybody wants to read Nikki Vargas's let's see, I don't know how to spell the name. Nikki Vargas, travel writer. There we go. Where's her book? Call Me When You Land. There we go. That's the book I'm reading. It's a memoir. She's a travel writer, but she wrote a memoir, and it's I'm enjoying it very much. I'm reading that. I read a couple different things at different times. I will hesitate to tell you which location I read them at. I'm reading A Season in Hell with the New York Rangers, a book about the 1979 New York Rangers. This was a book written when they didn't have social media and stuff, so they're really revealing all the dirt that they weren't supposed to reveal. You know, guys banging chicks on the road, cheating on their wives, the whole deal. A lot of fun. And then what's the third thing I'm reading? Well, it's an audio book, which I know technically doesn't count as reading, but give me some credit. As long as I'm reading the other two, this one still should count. Let's see here. So, okay, what's the other one? I forgot the name of this. Search for Warren G. Harding. Warren G. Harding. Yeah, that's the book I'm reading. My Search for Warren G. Harding. And this one I might tap out of. This was an audio book. My Search for Warren G. Harding. And it's supposed to be it's described as an exhilarating, brutal comedic masterpiece, an American classic that will leave you so giddy you'll go kick sand in somebody's face. The Houston Post. And I didn't like it. I don't like it. I tried to, the reason I'll pull the plug on it. I'm about halfway through the book. It's so slow that I'm waiting for something to happen. And, it's to the point where I'm like, I am wondering, because a lot of people recommended this book. Bob Odenkirk recommended this book. I mean, not to me personally. I don't know Bob Odenkirk. I think I ran into him once at maybe UCB Theater or something. Although that also might be an imagination. But he recommended the book. So I'm like, oh, this has to be a good book. A lot of funny people. It's not funny. It's I could see it has the structures of like it could be funny. The concept is funny. There's a guy who's, I don't even want to explain it. I'm not even going to bore you with describing a book that bored me. But the point is, it's not good. So I'm going to pull the plug on it and I have to find a new book. I should read one of these 7 books that I have about ADHD and mental health and mastering that. And checking this out, my old alma mater, Tiger TV has joined. See, guys? You could be doing your own show out of a basement if you just keep up the good work. I wonder if do they watch my old tapes there? They're there, but they're all on VHS. There's no way they have access to that. Right? I guess they do. What am I telling you? They know. Anyway. None of the kids care. I'm not even the most famous person from Memorial High School. That would be AJ Lee, the professional wrestler, who just made her return. I had a chance. There was a 10-year gap. I had my window to be the most famous person from Memorial High School in West New York, New Jersey. AJ Lee had retired. Her husband, CM Punk, Phil Brooks. Is that his name? Is Phil Brooks? Is it really CM Punk? I know what his name is, CM Punk. Why does it matter? Why am I looking this up? Because I have ADHD. And it is Phil Brooks. I don't know why I doubted myself. She had retired for 10 years. That was my chance to become the most famous person from Memorial High School. Have not succeeded in that. Came very close. I was almost on The Late Show with David Letterman. Almost doesn't count. No one gives 2 craps about that. You almost achieved something. Hey, Anthony, welcome into the chat, my friend. It's all right. You're not late. You didn't miss anything. Just me ranting and raving that it took forever to set up a ring light properly so that it doesn't bounce off the TV, so that I make sure I have my logo in the background, which I shouldn't block, I guess, for when I cut clips. I hate this home studio. I have to figure something out. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the books that I was reading. Well, how do we get on that topic? No, we got to move on. Anyway, I'm supposed to read one of the 7 books about ADHD, and that's my plan. That is my plan, is finally let me read one of those, or let me read one of these human psychology books, learn how to read people, how to get anyone to do anything. There's a lot of books on my list that would improve my life, and I should read those, but I'll probably end up reading the biography of Terry Funk or something instead. I don't know. But time blindness, that's right. Time gets away from you. See, this is what happens. I get distracted. So I have to sit there reading a book while I wait for my girlfriend to get ready to go out. I have to sit by the door so that she knows I'm done, because otherwise she'll walk around and, and then she'll get ready. And I understand why women get ready. It's a little bit lengthy, though. Some of it is too much. The amount that you spend on some of the things that no one will care about. Not financially. I mean, just oh, my nails, they suck. No one cares about your nails. No one's looking at your nails. It's fine. The whole thing is fine. We got a lot to worry about. I got to get there. It is funny that a woman will spend so much time worrying. My nails are messed up, and everyone's, oh my God, we shouldn't even go. And And then when you're driving, like, why are you driving so fast? Because we relate to the cocktail hour. And then they look at you like you're crazy. I still prefer actual hard copy over PDF formatted books. I guess I need to hold them in my hands like boobs. Like boobs. I mean, listen, man, I'll say that. You should go talk to the children. Reading books are like boobs. I prefer a real book also when I'm reading. I have a tablet. It's just not the same. The page. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It is odd that somehow people are still buying books, even though bookstores are closing left and right. I'm happy that they are. I'm happy they still like the art form. Oh, by the way, every crazy chick I've ever dated was a reader, was a massive reader. I don't know where the connection to that is, if that's just my connection, if I just like... Maybe I just like dating chicks and then turning them crazy. I don't know. But they're all, for the most part, massive readers. Yeah, I prefer holding a book. It also makes you feel intellectual. Sometimes I'll just take a book to a park. In my single days, I would do this. I would just take a book to a park and just start reading in the middle and hoping a woman would think that I was interesting. It did not work. Just throwing that out there. Did not work. I also still trying to find funny memoirs other than David Sedaris, who I like, but there's not a lot out there. Or funny writers. There's not a lot out there. Anyway, let's focus. We got to focus. This is what happens. We're talking about books all of a sudden. Maybe the most boring topic you could talk about on. Aren't there 70 podcasts about books that are... What's the number one podcast about books? What's the number one podcast about books? Now, I don't even know the answer to this. What is the number one? There's no single number one book podcast. You know what? Screw you, Google. You know what I'm saying. As popularity is subjective and depends on what you're looking for. I don't like how Google is unwilling to co-sign on this. Listen, I can't tell you what I think the best book podcast. But highly regarded options include the books for new releases. Is that a what? The books for new releases, blacklisted for, I don't know, it's now, here we go. Here's a breakdown of popular and well-regarded book podcasts. All the books she reads, blacklisted, NPR's Book of the Day, The Stacks. I've never heard of any of these. The Book Riot podcasts, Between the Covers, Electric Literature. All right, that one sounds like the sexiest one out of all of them. Like that was the most naughtiest of the book podcast section. I'll tell you this. I went by my local library the other day. I had not been by my local library in a couple years. A little bit depressing. It is like a little kid's middle school library, and they have removed most of the books and just put computers there. They don't really have books at the library anymore. I didn't know that was going down. I understand why it's going down. I think the kids need the computer access, especially in this neighborhood where I live in. I think that's more important for their studies. I guess you don't need as many books. And also you can probably, I'm sure they have all that catalog so you can access that online. But it is a weird bummer of things changing, of things changing. And it's scary, man. I don't like that change. It makes you feel older. The times we live in also make you feel older. We've got 3 wars going on. We've got... comedians being removed from their positions because of fascism. I don't want to get too political. I promised that I wouldn't, but it's a bummer. It's a bummer. And then here I'm supposed to focus on this show, and I, on top of that, I got a ring light that doesn't work. And it's those little things that take up time. Those little things take up time. I hate when I'm trying not to curse. I mean, I've already cursed on the show, but you know what? I hate when a motherfucker, especially when you're at work, goes, what took you so long to do that? That should only take such and such time. And you just want to wring their neck. You just want to unalive them in a way. When a supervisor who doesn't know what your job is, they come up to you and tell you that something shouldn't take as long as it did, or what do you do all day? Why didn't this get done? And you go and you explain to them what you did, and they said, well, that shouldn't take more than 20 minutes. Now, they've never done that job. You just want to wring their neck, and you want to unalive them in such a manner that there's a documentary made and the police have to go, you can tell by the blood splatter that this was personal. That's what you want to do when someone tells you. That's why I also hate all these influencers who, this thing where they get up and they go, here's a typical day for me, a CEO of Dude Bro Energy Drink, which is, by the way, the greatest name for an energy drink. Shout out to the boys over at Shorzy for the Dude Bro. Is it Dude Bro or Bro Dude? I think it's Dude Bro Energy Drink. Is the sponsor of like the hockey team or whatever on Shorzy. So these CEOs, they come out, listen, I get up at 5 in the morning. I do an hour of cardio, and then I get into my cold plunge. Okay. Can't you have a cold plunge? Fantastic. Then I get my breakfast and I'm out. And I'm in the office by 7 in the morning. I start answering all my emails. Then I do my Muay Thai classes. Then I do an hour meditation. Like, okay, these dudes that do these things, first of all, they're all fake. But I also love that they never mention their kids or any issues. Like, who did the laundry? Oh, that's right. You have somebody you pay to do the laundry. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Who bought your groceries? Who made your breakfast? That's already made. All that shit takes time. Oh, Tiger TV still believes in you, my fellow. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. There's my chance. I like Tiger TV. It was cool. It was my little high school TV station. They're doing better. Now they're streaming and stuff, so you can see what they're doing. They have better equipment than I did. I think I used a reel-to-reel while I was there in 2001. Depends. What kind of books did they read? Oh, the kids? I don't know. I don't know what books the kids read anymore, what they make them do. I have no concept of it. I don't have kids. I don't think I want to have kids. I think I made the right call by not having kids. I think everyone judged me, but the way this place is going, it feels dark. It does feel dark, and I know every generation thinks that theirs is going to be the last, but I think this time we have the roster to do it. I think we could go all the way. We're at least going to the finals this time. I have a feeling that we're going to go to the finals, and maybe this will be the end of the American Empire. I don't know. We got the roster to do it. It would be weird if I was alive to see it. Like, I really thought of all those things, I wouldn't be around to see that. But we will. Maybe we will. I don't know. It all has to come to an end at some point, right? I mean, that's the only thing that we know historically is accurate, or that will happen, is that change always happens and every empire falls, right? I mean, there's never been one that has stayed for longer than whatever. I don't know. Now we're going anyway. What were we talking about? Oh, time blindness. Time blindness. That's what we're talking about. And so you lose track of time very easily. I hate these, CEOs, and they're the little things that add up too. I think there's an emotional connection too, mentally, with the time blindness thing, right? Like, I'm connected emotionally. When something gets in my way, I get very furious. By the way, I'm gonna take some water. This water, by the way, the reason I remember to drink water is I've kicked this thing over 3 times because it's on the floor. And this is a very cramped studio because I'm splitting it with my girlfriend. She has her vanity behind the curtain. And as she should. She needs a vanity. It's I'm not complaining about that part, but it's whatever. It's difficult to... I have to piece this whole thing together. That is a lot of water to drink. I've not had water. I forgot to drink water all day. That's the first thing of water I've had in like 4 or 5 hours. So there's the little things. In my bathroom, there's the door of my bathroom is very small towards the floor. I guess it's very short distance. And the thing is, when you try to open it, the bathroom rug gets caught on the bathroom. And then when I try to open the door and walk out, I run into the door. I mean, it happens 4 or 5 times. I told my girlfriend can we please put the rug on the right? She doesn't like the way it looks. I lost that battle. But I explained to her, and maybe this is not the best way. I spoke to her when we had this argument. I said, you know what? If it means that much to you to have this bath mat in the center of the bathroom instead of like half a foot to the right, where I could more easily open the door, and because I'm massively larger than you, I won't get jammed into the door if we do that. But if you insist on putting it in the center, just understand that if anything should happen to me and I unalive myself, it was because of this bath mat. Now, Is that a mature thing to say in the confines of a relationship? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Is it helpful? Did it help? Not at all. In fact, it created a lot of silence, which I don't know that was beneficial. But I think it made me feel good. It made me prove my point of how important this is to me. That battle I lost for now, but there might be a day, because that thing, I opened that door and that it slows me down for half a second physically, but emotionally, I would say it takes me an hour to recover every time I try to open that door if that bath mat isn't laid just right. And because what you think about is not just like, oh, the bath mat. It becomes a lot of things like, why are we in this situation? One, the bath mat. Why haven't I hired somebody to, trim the door down? Why am I in a situation where this is a sticking point? I can't win this argument. Why haven't I lost enough weight? Why am I still so fat that this is an obstacle for me, but not for her or any normal person? And then you start reflecting on the things you should have done, and that slows you down. Next thing you know, you're leaving an hour late for a movie. You start reflecting on what is the point of this? What is the point of life? Why has God forsaken me? Why don't you get it together? Because there are people who are suffering far worse than you are. Don't worry about this stupid bath mat. And meanwhile, you're like, okay, we're boarding in 45 minutes. We got to go. And that's what ends up happening. I think there's a connection to that people don't realize. There's a connection to that. And that's also part of why, there's also, they say, I think when you talk about time blindness, the reason we procrastinate is because you don't want to start. It's all going to be difficult. If you don't start, you don't have to deal with the difficulties of it. You don't have to let things get in the way. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm like burping into the thing. That's and medication helps with that. I think when I take my medicine, I'm a little better with that. But nothing actually makes it stop. Actually, you know what? I'm not. What am I saying? I'm lying. I'm still as furious with the medication. No matter how good my day is going, I don't think there's ever been a time. I try to be as positive as possible. I don't think there's ever been a time where I've opened that bathroom door unsuspecting, because I never see it coming. I never remember. And I just like, all right, I'm done here. It could be I just finished reading a book. I just took a great shower. Hey, I combed my hair. It looks good. I opened that door. And my day is fucked for that moment. I have to recuperate. Now, that might take 5 minutes. It could take 2 hours. God forbid if there's anything else on top of that, if there's a parlay of other stuff that's making me unhappy. Like if my dad, if my dad doesn't stop calling me for some bullshit, and then I go into the bathroom, oh, forget it. It's done. The day is done. There's no amount of meditation that can fix that bathroom door. Anyway, all right, we'll move on from that. Enough of that. I don't know. That's where, therapy helps, I guess. But again, I don't think any therapy, if we ever do couples therapy, I think the only thing I'll talk about is that bath mat. And tell the therapist, listen, I almost unalived myself because of that bath mat. God, I hate that bath mat. What if I end the podcast now? Part of me wants to end this right now because I don't think it's going particularly well. And it's hot in here. It's hot as fuck. I don't understand why it's so hot in here. I have nothing but LED stuff. I'm the only person who has LED lights that give off heat. I thought that was a thing that we did away with. I thought that was the whole point of these LED lights. Let's see, is this? Yeah, that's hot. That's hot to the touch. What, am I doing something wrong? I thought LED lights were not supposed. Let's see if this ring light. No, that's cool. That's all right. This one old laptop's giving off some heat. This poor laptop, I've been running it through the ground. Will this thing not stay on? I have a fan for that. There we go. Oh, the fan is not working on the laptop. Great. See, these are the things that are driving you nuts. Like, I should be focused on a show. It's hot as hell in here. There we go. Now I got to turn this thing off without removing any of these buttons. and being off the air. I see the light is attached, but it's not working. Now, why isn't it working? Anyway, see, these are the things. I'm totally distracted by that today. There we go. Got the fan working again. You see, now I have to replace this because when I turn this off, this button goes off. I'm a fucking madman today. I'm really going through it today. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the most ADHD I have been on this show. My medicine has worn off. It's way too late. I spent too much time in front of the computer, so my eyes hurt. I didn't drink enough water. It's hot. I'm dealing with personal matters. My girlfriend has a neck brace on because she had a very serious surgery. She had that Nikki Bella surgery where they put plates in her neck and stuff, and she's doing real well, but, I have to take care of her. And so this is the most ADHD I've been here. So let's try to regroup. So here we go. All right, let's get back to the topic at hand. Let's focus. Let's regroup. That's the beauty of this show. We have a topic, right? We can always rely on the topic. I closed the window with the topic on it, so I don't. It's something about time management. Here we go. ADHD, time blindness, blindness strategies. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see. To combat ADHD time blindness, use strategies that make time visible and concrete, such as visual timers, clocks in every room, and calendars. Yeah, I have clocks in every room. I just look at them and realize, what I should be doing. I guess that helps, yeah. Break tasks into smaller steps. Use time management techniques like the Pomodoro method. All right, now I got to look this up. Pomodoro method. What the hell is the Pomodoro method? It's a time management system that uses a timer to break work into short, focused intervals, typically 25 minutes, followed by short breaks with longer breaks after serious work intervals. Named after a tomato-shaped kitchen timer used by its creator, Francesco Cirello, the method helps improve focus, reduce burnout, and increase motivation, creating manageable work chunks in consistent periods. Okay, so this is... You're saying you got to convince yourself, all I have to do is do the 25 minutes. All right. That sounds about right. All right, that makes sense. Okay. All right, let's see what else here. To combat, what else do they say? Make the time visible, place clocks everywhere, put analog. I'm always aware what time it is. That's the interest. That doesn't seem to work for me. I'm aware. I'm acutely aware that I should be doing more. It's not like I just... Yeah, see, maybe I don't have time blindness because I don't sit down, put my feet up, and then the next thing I know, it's 3 o'clock. I know that, I constantly check the time. It's on my phone. I constantly check it. Break down tasks and build routines. Divide daunting tasks into smaller, manageable chunks to reduce overwhelm. Yeah, but here's where I get lost. The concept of breaking stuff down, that's another thing to do. I don't want to do that. Now I got to add that to the to-do list, which is to break down my to-do list. What are we doing here? Now I'm in a David Lynch movie. It's a riddle trapped in an enigma here. All right, that doesn't help me. Build in buffer time. Give yourself extra time and schedules for unexpected delays, sidetracks, especially new tasks. Okay, that one I will do because I always leave 2 hours early for something that only takes me an hour. And I made the mistake of telling my girlfriend that once, and then she's like, "Oh, we got extra time," and then I had to wean her off that. Build a buffer time. Give yourself extra time and schedules for unexpected delays. Use external aids. Set alarms and reminders. Use multiple alarms and phone reminders for different tasks. Employ time management techniques. Try the Pomodoro technique. We just talked about that, Google. You keep shoving this. Are you getting paid by the Pomodoro people? I got it. I'll try the Pomodoro technique. Automate tasks. Use technology to automate repetitive tasks, freeing up mental energy. Yeah, I bet you would like that, Google AI. I bet you would like me to automate some of the tasks. You know what? No thanks. I'm pulling the plug on this. How you like that? I just shut the window down in protest. How you like that, Google AI? Let's see. What did do all coping mechanisms sound? Why do all coping mechanisms sound convoluted? That's an interesting question, Anthony. I think because scientists come up with the things and they don't understand. Scientists, yeah, they're all brilliant for the most part, but part of the brilliance is that they don't function like we do. They see things in a different manner, which is why they're... Oh, shit, that's just a yawn. That's just unprofessional. I think scientists see things in a vision different than ours, and they can view things in a perspective, which is why they're able to solve these complicated problems psychologically and mathematically, but they're not able to explain it to us verbally. Which is why people like dig Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he's as close as you can get to a guy who's a genius and still able to explain things to you in a method that you understand. But it's also the same reason a lot of these, these scientists, they're not, they end up, like Ted Kaczynski at the Unabomber. Brilliant man, Ted Kaczynski, really great guy. Genius, smart guy. I mean, you definitely want him to be your Scrabble partner. But, he's a maniac who lives in a shack. And, it's hard. It's hard. You get distracted by things. And when you live with somebody else, it's also distracting. My girlfriend was watching Netflix. She was flipping through something. I just saw Charlie Sheen. Yeah, I guess he's got a documentary. I go, wait, what is that? And, yeah, Charlie Sheen is in this documentary. And I haven't watched it yet, but I saw the trailer. Here's something I forgot. Here's how nuts Charlie Sheen's life was. I forgot that he has HIV. Charlie Sheen contracted HIV. And that's a rough go for sure. But that's how wild his existence was that I forgot about that story because he's had 7 other stories. He's got 7 other, alcoholic, drug addict, difficult to work with, maniac, a guy who gave up so much money. And one of my Charlie Sheen is great, by the way, as an actor. I'm glad that he's clean. But, yeah, that's how wild things were. That I forget he has HIV. That should normally be like the top of the, the thing in your documentary. But, walking away from hundreds of millions of dollars. Oh, by the way, also I saw that Magic Johnson was donating blood. Speaking of HIV, which I think it's a nice gesture, but I mean, they got to throw it away, right? They throw it away. You'd have to, right? I understand the theory of it. It's very nice that Magic wants to. I know we're short, but I mean, we got to. I mean, I'm sure they do the photo op and they're like, all right, yeah, we're throwing it away. I mean, I know that he doesn't have it anymore, that it's cured or that it's subdued or we have medication, but I'm still like, let's just toss it. Let's just, what are the odds? It's not going to, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right, right? There's plenty of people. We got enough. Let's get some from other celebrities. Get some from LeBron. Get some from Bono. We'll keep those. We got plenty that we got. You got to do it for a photo op. I mean, because what I think happens, and I'm not trying to shit on Magic Johnson because I love Magic Johnson. Done a lot for his community. I love that. So let's do that part. Let's set up the nice part so that I can say the atrocious part. But that being said, like I feel like Magic shows up and he wants the photo op. Hey, here to donate blood, and everyone in the truck has to go. Are you gonna tell him no? I'm not telling Magic Johnson no. You want to tell him no? No. Look, let's just let him, take the blood. Let's let him get the picture, and then when no one's looking, we throw it out in the wastebasket because I'm not gonna be the one responsible. I'm sure it's fine, but the odds are, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Like if you were getting a blood transfusion, they go, hey, just so you know, this is Magic Johnson's blood. Would you be like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll roll the dice because there's no way. Like, how much have I lost? The odds are, they're like, even if the doctor's like, medically, it's fine. Medically, it's fine. As a person, you got to go, we're not doing that. Look, let him get the picture. Give him the lollipop and the Band-Aid or whatever as as the goof thing. He puts it on Instagram, and let's keep it moving. Yeah, that feels like a weird one. I feel like you can't say anything anymore without getting. But I guess as long as it's not about Der Fuhrer, we should be all right, right? I guess. Anyway, let's stick on topic here. The topic, again, is understanding time blindness. It has gotten away from me. The role of dopamine in time. Yeah, that's another thing. Always being late. So I'm somewhat of an always late guy. But when it comes to important stuff, I'm not. I'm late to my own stuff or stuff that doesn't have a time on it, but I'm never late to something that I have to be at. And I wish I could. There's that thing of like, oh, you can do it. Like, yeah, but it takes a tremendous amount of toll on you to get there on time. Like, I'm a work on time guy. And for so many jobs that it didn't matter. What did I care? I don't know why. People give you like rules and labels. Like, I don't want demerits. Like, I'm still in middle school. What do I care? I don't care. Listen, if you're still watching this, by the way, do me a favor. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe before I forget. Just like and subscribe. I need you. Yeah, time management. I did not manage my time well today. Everything about this. No, actually, I got a lot of work done today. I did a lot of editing on some reels that probably nobody will watch that I'm submitting for a couple different things, broadcasting it. So today I did, time-wise, that was good. But this, the timing of this, preparing of this, the timing was bad. Atrociously bad. I should never do this after... Hell, 10 p.m. is when I started. I shouldn't be doing this with the way my body wears down. I think it also takes a lot out of me to set this studio up, is what I'm realizing too. Yeah, see, this is the thing about you learn these little things. So episode 4, as I mentioned for those of you tuning in, episode 4, I figured out that I should not be doing the show at 10 o'clock. And every week I have meant to do it earlier. And it just never happens. Today, episode 10... is I'm realizing part of the reason I'm so tired and exhausted is that I get furious setting up this fucking studio every week. That's part of it. I'm just furious. And then it's also hot in here. I'm furious it doesn't work. I'm furious that like it still to me looks a little crappy. It's better now, but I mean it still looks fuzzy like it's a webcam. This is not a cheapo webcam. I don't know if it's the lighting conditions. I don't know if I don't know. Hey, my buddy Jack Martin's just joined us. I just managed him to a championship. Congratulations, Jack. I don't know if it's his first singles, but he well deserves it. Fantastic wrestler, Titan Championship Wrestling, and a member of the Turjanian Talent Agency. So make sure you head over to Jack Martin's page. This is probably not good for him to watch his manager have a mental breakdown on the air as he's trying to conduct a podcast that isn't going well this episode. Why? Because I'm sleepy and I shouldn't start this fucking show at 10 p.m. That's what I'm learning. Hey, Sammy's in there. Sam, how are you? I'm on different platforms. I can't mention which platforms. Give you the most strife. But they're all pretty rough. They all have their own thing. What was I talking about? Time management. This one stinks. I'm not going to lie. And I'll be honest. I've listened to Bill Burr's. He gets to do it in a car. It's not that much better. It's ranting and raving. Actually, it is better than this one. This one's not. Don't measure this one. Why am I trashing Bill Burr? I like Bill Burr. Yeah, my mind is not functioning right now. Anyway, okay. Let's get on topic. All we have to do is stay on topic. And we got to talk about time blindness and how to fix that. Okay, there are ways to fix this, and we have to remain focused. And oh no, I did it again. We're out of time, guys. I am so sorry. I messed up. I really thought we would cure ADHD this time. I really thought we'd get to it. I am so sorry. I could have sworn we had enough time. I messed it up. We'll have to try again next week. I am so sorry. Until then, if you could please like and subscribe if you're watching this. All 5 of you. It'll get good. I'm telling you, this is going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show when I start doing this show at 11:45 in the morning, the time where I'm most focused and I have the most amount of energy. Then we'll have a good show. Until then, don't let the time blindness get you. And if you get a chance, come have ADHD with me, everybody. You know, I used to think I was dumb, but I discovered that I'm not dumb at all. No, I just suffer with a developmental disorder characterized by an ongoing pattern of one or more of the following types of chronic symptoms: attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. Because I have ADHD!
That's the problem. Everybody's dancing. Yeah, I lie, I cheat, and I steal. But at least I'm honest about it. Bully for you. Well, while you're down there, love, whatever happens. No, honey, I just took my bra off. I'm in for the night. Who took my stapler? Soccer moms. Soccer mamas. I did True West with Sherman Helmsley. I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.